Greetings! Now, a bit of an odd way to start a video, but there's plenty of people out there to hate, isn't there? There's plenty of people that are worthy of hate. Recently in the news, we had this Lucy Letby, this nurse that killed 7 babies, absolutely disgusting. You had that singer of Lost Prophets in the news recently that got beaten up in prison. Absolutely despicable human being, what he done to babies and children. Absolutely disgusting. Even our politicians right now, we have plenty of politicians that don't even want to do the job that we're paying them to do. The basic job, doesn't even want to turn up and do that, let alone the ones that just spunked away tens of billions of pounds from a dodgy budget. You know, there's plenty of people out there that's worthy of hate. And one thing I really don't understand, that I really can't get my head around, is why in the media does Gary Lineker get so much hate? Gary Lineker, all the people I just listed there, despicable human beings. But why Gary Lineker? Why Gary Lineker? I just don't get it. Okay, the guy has put out his political beliefs on Twitter. Fuck hasn't. I think everyone on Twitter has done that at some point in their life. The guy took on a refugee, someone fleeing from war. He took them into his home and said, you know what, come and live with us. Why is Gary Lineker worthy of so much hate in the media? And this got me thinking when I saw good old concrete growing Mike Graham on Talk Radio, this segment here, where he decided to spend a whole segment on hating Gary Lineker.
Good evening and welcome to The World According to Mike Graham. It's a fantastic night and the football season is upon us. So what better than to have a look at Mr. BBC himself and Mr. Football, Gary Lineker. Let's begin at the beginning, shall we? Gary Lineker's first job was working at his dad's fruit and veg stall in Leicester Market in the late 1970s.
Leicester's indoor market bustles on a January morning with the kind of atmosphere that's made it one of the most popular in the Midlands. Its speciality is fruit and vegetables, and that's where the Lineker family come into their own.
It's a bit special, Leicester Market. I think it's supposed to be the biggest outdoor market in Europe.
Is he much good at the store?
Well, I think he can be if he wants to be, but it's too early in the morning for him.
Too early in the morning for him. And he was on the stall with his brother Wayne, who now runs nightclubs, and his dad there, who was speaking about how he doesn't like getting up too early in the morning.
Oh, how bizarre! How bizarre! A teenager that doesn't like getting up in the morning. But who could have figured?
He looks a lot different though, doesn't he? Very young, very fresh-faced, but similarly kind of inquisitive. He's not sure exactly what it is that they do there. Gary hit the big time though when he pooed himself on the pitch during a match against Ireland at the World Cup in 1990. He's talked about it many times. Apparently he had a bit of an upset stomach. Nobody's sure precisely what he ate, or whether it was one of his dad's fruit and veg that got him going. Too many pears perhaps, but what a disgusting thing to be remembered for.
Literally, that's his football career summed up for you, Mike Graham. I mean, let alone the 2 World Cups that he brought England to, and the golden boot that he got in the World Cup, or the goals that he scored for Spurs and Everton. I think he won the league with Everton. No. Just shitting himself on a football pitch. That's all we need to sum up his football career.
He finished with football in 1994, threw himself full on into advertising. He signed a deal, one of the first ever commercial deals he did, £200,000 worth of sponsorship for Walker's Crisps.
I'm not going to put you through it. I'm not going to put myself through or you through any more of this segment, but you know where it's going. You don't need to see any more. It's just, out of all the things that Talk Radio could talk about for 10 minutes, they decide to just do a segment on hating on Gary Lineker for 10 minutes. It's so bizarre. But the thing is, we know, we're not stupid. We know why they do it. They have a hatred for the BBC because that's their competition, right? They want it gone. They want to do everything they can to get it gone. But I understand why Talk TV do this. But it's when people watch this and then decide to hate on Gary Lineker themselves, spend their time on social media hating on Gary Lineker. Oh, Gary Lineker, why have you not got the brain to realise what's going on here? It's it's like McDonald's coming out and slagging off Burger King. It's the same thing. What are you doing, mate? You going that way, yeah? Okay, cool. All right, I've got you. It's no different. Don't get suckered into it. And Mike Graham is... an interesting character anyway. I first got put onto this guy when I used to work nights, and we used to listen to talk radio, and he used to do the graveyard shift on talk radio overnight. And I found him at the time very, very interesting, because what he does and what Talk TV do very subtly is they just sort of subtly throw in the little right-wing propaganda into people that want to tune in to listen about football. You're there listening to football, okay, yeah, what's going on with football? And then he'll just add in his little climate change skepticism, or his pro-Brexit views, or his anti-immigration. He'll just slide it subtly in there. That's what he used to do on Talk Sport. Sorry, Talk Sport. And it's very subtly done, and that's how I first found out about this guy. And now he's got a slot because obviously Murdoch loves him, because that was probably a great little tool for them. Come in, tune in for some football on Talk Sport, leave with some casual racism.
This is Mike Graham, this is Talk Sport. B. Oxy in Plymouth says, I'm just amazed how free speech has not been restricted online. Various image boards online, such as eBaum's World, feature stronger and more offensive terms than just plain old gollywog. Makes no goddamn sense. Also, gollywog can't be a racial slur, it has too many syllables. They need to be short to work, and that's an interesting theory.
Right, that's it from me today. If you came to the end of the video, then maybe you enjoyed it. Maybe you might like to like it and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Gary Lineker, out of all the people to hate, stop hating Gary Lineker. Jesus Christ. Because there's so many people that are worthy of our hate. Leave Gary Lineker alone.